Geopolitics news. Macron held phone talks with Iranian president, called for return to talks with US. Iran said it remained skeptical about the prospect of a US-brokered ceasefire with Israel and warned it was ready to respond to any new aggression. Bloomberg. US and Canada agree to continue trade talks to agree on a deal by July 21, Canadian government. Agreement to reduce US duties on British cars and airplane parts has come into force. Washington has offered Iran to resume talks on nuclear program, no information on the date of the new round yet, Iranian Foreign Ministry. Financial and stock market news. The U.S. Congressional Budget Office, CBO, estimated that Trump's big, beautiful bill would increase the budget deficit by $3.3 trillion over the next 10 years, Bloomberg. Texas Governor Abbott has signed legislation making gold and silver legal tender in everyday financial transactions. Bezos starts selling Amazon stock again. A $5.4 billion sale of Amazon has been filed. Nvidia CEO sells Nvidia stock again. Sold $30 million worth of stock between June 24 and June 26. Insiders have sold more than $1 billion worth of Nvidia stock in a year, with more than half of those sales occurring in May 2025, CNBC. Tesla's IPO was 15 years ago. The stock has risen nearly 300 times since then, CNBC. Baidu will bring its open-source ERNIE model to the general market on June 30. CNBC writes that the event will be the biggest in RE since the release of DeepSeek. China, June. Composite PMI equals 50.7. Manufacturing PMI equals 49.7. Services PMI equals 50.5. China's manufacturing activity shrinks for third month amid deflation concerns, CNBC. Iran has banned Starlink. European markets are getting harder to ignore, Bloomberg. European equities outperformed US equities by a record amount in dollar terms in 1H 2025. The clearest sign yet of how the region's markets are recovering from more than a decade of stagnation. G7 agreed to make tax exemptions for US companies after Trump's trade threats. The next head of the U.S. Federal Reserve will be a man willing to cut interest rates sharply. Experts. China hosted a soccer match between humanoid robots. U.S. Consumer spending drops precipitously, Bloomberg. Britain, GDP, 1Q 2025. Coke equals plus 0.7%. YOY equals plus 1.3%. Tesla launches new V4 supercharger charging stations in China. Germany, CPI consumer inflation, June preliminary MOM equals 0%. YOY equals plus 2%. After Oracle's CEO gave a good outlook, the stock is up plus 6%. Oil traders expect another increase in oil production by OPEC Plus countries, Reuters. Shares of U.S. renewable energy companies fall. Coal shares rise amid debate in the Senate over the latest version of a spending package that would phase out key tax breaks for wind and solar power while promoting fossil fuels. Bloomberg. Bostic, Fed rate inflation is a matter of when not if. Still expecting one rate cut this year, 3 rate cuts in 2026. Hassett, I support coal, natural gas, and nuclear power to power RE. Compound, Global CBS, who's doing what with rates at the moment. Mexico's central bank was the last to cut rates. NYP, Trump wants to appoint Powell's successor in early 2026. Crypto World News. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung's support for stablecoins pegged to the won has caused a stir in the market. Linked stocks such as Kakao Pay, LG CNS, Aton and Me2on rose sharply. The Kospi index has risen nearly 30% since the start of the year, hitting a 4-year high. South Korea's stock market was Asia's strongest market in 1H 2025. SharpLink Gaming bought 2000F for balance. Coinbase stock was the strongest stock out of the S&P 500 in June, plus 43%. The number of daily transactions on the SCI network has tripled in the past 3 months, reaching an all-time high of 1.6 million. Nansen Data. Asian micro-strategy company Metaplanet bought another 1005 BTC for its balance sheet. Robinhood launched micro-futures on BTC, SOL, XRP. BTC critic Peter Schiff admitted he could have gotten an additional $1 billion if he had bought BTC in 2010. Bhutan plans mass adoption of crypto payments to attract tourists. Katie Wood, newest mortgage lending rules could significantly increase the popularity of cryptocurrencies. Earlier it was reported that the US Housing Agency may allow the use of cryptocurrencies in mortgage loans. Continued inflows into crypto plus $2.7 billion for the week, vs. plus $1.24 billion a week earlier, CoinShares. The trading volume of perpetual futures on Hyperliquid's platform has grown to a record $1.571 trillion over the past 12 months, generating $310 million in cumulative revenue. As of today, trading volume has already reached $208 billion, surpassing the combined $140 billion volume of all other on-chain perpetual futures platforms. June data. Today marks the 10th anniversary of the launch of the Ethereum mainnet. France's blockchain group bought another 60 BTC for balance. Strategy bought another 4,980 BTC. Kraken launches tokenized stock trading in the US. Robinhood to launch tokenized stock trading in Europe. Ripple launches main XRP-LM sidechain network. SRM will raise money to buy TRX tokens for a $100 million balance sheet. Aptos Labs co-founder and CEO Avery Ching has been appointed by the CFTC to the Digital Asset Markets Subcommittee. Germany's largest banking group Sparkassen has announced plans to offer crypto trading services to private customers, launching in summer 2026. Besant, stablecoin legislation could be passed by mid-July. Bloomberg analysts believe a stealth SOL ETF could launch as soon as this week. Trump's Wolfie project announced that for the first time in history, the 24-hour trading volume of one US dollar stablecoin surpassed that of USD stablecoin, reaching a record $33.37 billion, becoming the second largest use in the world after USD. Advent bought a $1 billion stake in Layer Zero to support RE data center expansion. Robinhood launches ETH and SOL staking. Robinhood today announced the launch of tokenized stock trading in the EU, staking on its own blockchain. The company's shares are up plus 11%. ETH accumulation rising sharply according to CryptoQuant data. A strong accumulation trend was detected among ETH holders. Significant buying pressure from long-term holders emerged during the consolidation phase in June, with accumulation volume showing a notable divergence. Thus, the metric shows that holdings continue to accumulate ETH in the range of $2,100 to $2,700, while the key support for ETH now stands at $2,400. Senator Cynthia Lummis called on Congress to end unfair taxes on crypto.